year over year, we're actually still down from 2024 in number of sales. Last year, 2024 was coined the worst year in real estate since 96 or something like that. And they're talking about number of sales. Yet my opinion is we're not looking at any kind of a bubble or a real estate crash, because there is pent up demand. And there's two things: inventory levels and rates. And right now, our inventory levels are rising. I think I just read the average market time has gone up to about like 34, 35 days on the market, which you guys, when I met you guys in 2010, I think our average market time was probably closer to 60 days, 65 days on the market. Like, I would have given anything for a 34-day market time, but they are rising based upon like the last 5-6 years, what we've been used to of putting a listing up and it's gone. Now imagine kind of combining this 3-point strategy that you just read that email about, or whatever they called it, marketing strategy, with a bad market.
Oh,
it compounds everything. And so, we are seeing inventory levels starting to go up, which is not a bad thing. That's a good thing for buyers. What now we need is those rates to bump down. And I don't think we even need them to bump down a little bit. This was my big complaint. Was it 3 years ago, when the Fed just jacked the rates up from where they were high 3s, low 4s to over 7%, and they did it quick. That to me is reactive. Was it Jerome Powell? And I think President Trump actually just called him out recently. He's like, stop being reactive. Start. They say in hockey, you skate where the puck's going, not where the puck's at. And the Fed needs to start thinking about that strategy when it comes to rates, because by the time, and unemployment's looking good, the market, the economy's looking good. So we don't feel like it's necessary to lower the rates right now. But there is things that are starting to fester right now, and the housing market drives the rest of the economy. Everybody knows that. And so now the last thing left, we got one out of the two things. We have the inventory starting to rise in certain areas. I'm a buyer right now. I was a buyer right before those rates went up, and I jumped out. It was a second home in Florida. I was out there shopping around. I pulled back and stopped. And now I'm back, and I'm just waiting for that next rate drop. And now I think it'll be a great market. What do you guys think? Like, Q4 or maybe Q1 of 2026. Can you believe we're talking about 2026? What are you guys feeling that we're going to see here in our real estate market? Are we going to start seeing more inventory levels rise? Are we going to see the rates coming down? What do you guys think?
Well, I try not to think anymore, because I've noticed that I'm I always go to ChatGPT and say, what do you think? And so just know that when I'm talking, I'm coming from a place of an infinite intelligence. So again, according to ChatGPT, 0.5 point rate drop, 85% chance, probability is 85%. Nothing, no change. It's less than a 5% chance that the July 30 meeting is going to lower the rates right now. But a quarter rate deduction in September, October, with a year-end level of a total of 0.5% that's what ChatGPT is saying. 85% probability.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, Al, just talking with everybody across the country, and just obviously getting Canadian perspective, and then having our boys in Portugal, so getting kind of a global perspective. Inventory is just going to keep climbing. And I mean, they're already experiencing it in Canada. And so like working with agents on, language in, their marketing fees up front, marketing fees if home doesn't sell, like getting all of that language back into their addendums and their agreements, just because they are seeing things go up. And the conversation and everything that has to be had with sellers, and continuing to educate and remind, and doing the things that we know to do, but most agents have forgotten or gotten lazy or abandoned because of the market conditions over the last few years. But having to get back into, how to articulate kind of set the stage of what's really happening in the marketplace with sellers. So to your question, Al, I mean, I just think inventory is just going to keep climbing.